walking straight to the other person's computer with like nothing between them. That's a way to minimize the amount of latency. However, sometimes we have NAT punch-through issues, and there are some minor security risks, especially in PC-to-PC connections going on there. So, Street Fighter V and Virtua Fighter V, the re-release that's the Ultimate Showdown or something, those two games will have a buffer server. We'll have just a simple web server that's just in between the two connections and just copy paste it. It does nothing. It doesn't like simulate the game. It's incredibly lightweight. It'll just like it will relay the connections from one to the other. This improves. This makes it so that some NAT connections they can't necessarily punch through to each other. Like if you're behind like a firewall or a multi-home router. Sometimes you won't be able to connect to each other. There's like about a 10% chance that it happens. And then the relay server fixes that because you're just connected to a random server. And it also can solve some security issues if your PC port does not have an anti-cheat system in it, like easy anti-cheat in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Okay, that makes sense.
Notably, a lot of indie games don't necessarily have the ability to afford to pay for easy anti-cheat. In exchange, there's another server in the way. The packet has to go further and there's more lag. So it sounds like it's being routed through like a Mexican relay server.
It's really weird. But coming back to this hour, we're just talking about SNK here. But GD Cross playing Warden. Warden has such good costume colors. And then Zhen playing Shiki.
So GD Cross and Zhen are two of our best performing players. GD Cross getting the first and second place in basically every Samurai Shodown tournament we've been having locally here at Akihabara Arcade. Well, Zhen played a ton of Samurai Shodown on release and has gotten back into it once we had the revival right around Winter Showdown 8.
Yep, that would make sense. Yeah, I did remember playing Zhen when the game first came out, but he played Yoshitora. I remember that. And I played Darley before Sara came out.
The Shiki being... Shiki's a DLC character, right?
No.
Okay, base character.
Warden is definitely DLC. Warden would be your typical rushdown mix-up character. I don't know about typical, but it's very...
He's got a bunch of the unique stuff that he had in For Honor, being able to cancel out of the multi-part shoulder charge, make it either a frame trap or a throw situation. And also has one of the stronger, if shorter range, heavy slashes in the game like that.
Yeah.
While Shiki, being a rushdown mixed character, has a lot shorter range than Warden and can have a hard time challenging Warden's armored shoulder charge. But Shiki's combo output, if you ever let Zhen get that jump in, you are losing like your entire character.
Alright, Zhen goes to guard break. I want to see Cross maybe try to fish for that. No, guard break! Dude.
Guard break goes through anyways!
Very nice. Does get the biggest of punishes, and Zhen gets a nice 3-hit combo. Yeah, there's a very interesting matchup here. Like,
one thing that we're
considered strong with pokes, but once they get in, they are pretty gross.
One thing you might have been noticing is that Zhen is jumping a lot, and Warden comes from For Honor. There's no jump button in For Honor. Warden doesn't really have any good grounded anti-airs. You've noticed that GD Cross most times has just been jabbing the jump in, but just with a minor adjustment, Zhen pressing the jump in button earlier so it no longer combos into a grounded follow-up, losing damage, but it's beating the jab anti-air. We've seen from previous matches between Zhen and GD Cross that Warden's best anti-air is actually jumping early and air-to-airing, which is... can be called out by Zhen pressing the button so early in the jump arc that it would whiff entirely. In exchange, it will hit an air-to-air perfectly. Like Cross is just using like head height jabs in order to anti-air. He doesn't have any upwards moving moves.
As I said, yeah, that's very true. But I mean, if you could space her out properly, it's definitely working for Cross. But the hard part is like when she's on top of you. What? You do
the
that?
Counter!
Oh my God! Sorry, that was like.
Warden does have a parry, but it's very hard to use. But again, like Cross is only getting these like tiny little jabs into a soft knockdown. He's not able to establish Okazami off of these. And look at just how punishing Zhen getting a single jump in is compared to all these little jabs. Like look at the tiny little bit of health. Zhen eats the.
So what we got to see is when Cross does get those anti-air jabs, he has to position himself in a way to establish some Oki. Yeah, nice guard break. Anything? Do anything? Oh, yep.
burst out of it.
I
think that was like a misinputted spot dodge.
Yeah, that was interesting. Definitely don't think Zhen meant to do that. Maybe did it to bait something, but I'm not sure. Or maybe to bait him so Cross would burst, maybe? I'm not sure. We can do an interview with Zhen later, but going on to the second game.
Zhen, having a fast mobility mix-up character, hasn't actually been using Shiki's teleports nor the command jump until the last match. I've seen Zhen play for several weeks now, and a last match where Zhen used the teleport, like the first time I've seen Zhen actually use it properly, and now he's mixing up the standard jump-ins along with the command, the command jump that goes much further over.
Right.
The wake-up throw! You can't take that! Goes for the reset, baits the DP. Zhen doesn't fall for it.
Does Shiki have a traditional DP?
I think she does.
I thought it was only in rage mode, but I could be. Whoa! What? That was.
Again, Cross is getting hit by these jump-ins because of Warden's exceptionally weak anti-airs. Zhen just pressing the button early enough that it stuffs the jab.
I was going to say, Cross might have to... I mean, don't get me wrong, 4% is better than nothing, but if you whiff that or misinput it, then...
Being only a spin-out rather than a full knockdown, it's really hard to establish true Okazemi there.
Very true. Got countered. Very nice. Low.
Dash low. Blocks the frame trap.
I guess that was a low because he was standing. Tries to go for the big punish, doesn't get
it. The heavy slash is potentially Warden's single highest reaching button on the ground, but it still doesn't go far enough.
I don't know if he meant to do that. I think he wanted the crumple from that charge. Very nice. Yeah, that's probably what he's going to have to try to do is air-to-air with good buttons. Takes it!
Goes for the throw reset. Blocks the second part of the Rekka. It's a frame trap rather than a true combo. Zhen putting a point on the board, 1-1.
Very nice. And pretty close matches from both of them. Then definitely trying to abuse those jump normals and lead into 40%. But we have Warden trying to establish his ground game.
The ground game only matters if you can convince them to stay on the ground.
Very true. And with the 4% versus 30, like there is no reason why you should not.
This is reminding me of an old Street Fighter 2 Turbo video I saw where there was a Charlie Nash against a Zangief. And Zangief literally did nothing but hold him up forward. And, and the entire time, the Nash anti-airs Zangief 5 times in a row, brings him down to a tiny little bit of life, misses one anti-air and just dies in a single combo.
Yeah, it sounds like Street Fighter Turbo. I know you could do something from that. Oh, it doesn't get it, though.
So this is a offline set happening at Akihabara Arcade in Westminster, Colorado. So if you can physically make it here, you can join us.
Want to join you? Yeah, come on by. You can take my spot when I have to go back.
Yeah, as one of our commentators, our glorious Shadow Kring from Kansas. Except it's from Colorado, except he's from Kansas.
Yeah, from Colorado, but came from Kansas. Cross going for the burst. Not sure what happened. Maybe it's physical. Well, it's
Cross bursted in order to avoid a weapon flip art, which I do agree with. He wasn't able to get anything else after the entire burst meter, and now he's going to lose rage. If he doesn't win this round, he's going to be in a mixed disadvantage against Zhen. Zhen is not biting on the frame traps on the two-part rec exchange.
Yeah, and I might have to see let Prasha's let those rip, because now he's guard broken. So at pretty much anything, this round looks like it's gonna be a lost cause here.
Okay, so in a specific counter hit state, he'd make the Rekka's true combo, and Cross in a bad position without his burst, losing the round over it. Taking a big risk to avoid the weapon flip.
I was just saying, it's still in the first round too, so now to be fair, either Cross isn't using it or Warden doesn't have a lot of good rage moves. So maybe it doesn't matter.
I think Warden can get weapon flip off of their throw. Not all the characters in the game can.
True, that is true. But he doesn't have a good enhanced charge or anything like that in rage.
You have to remember that what beats throw in this game?
DP, backdash, fan grab,
and jumping.
Oh yeah, jumping. Yeah.
What is Zhen doing?
Well, no, yeah, Zhen been jumping on everything.
Jumping everything. Good luck throwing Zhen, and good luck winning a round against Zhen. 2-1.
Wow, Zhen, yeah. Yeah, I'm not nearly a Warden expert, so I do not know what his options are.
The main option is that Warden's air-to-air moves are actually ridiculously good.
Right.
They're fast, they're huge, they hit above him and below him at the same time. And we did see in a previous match between Cross and Zhen about 2 weeks ago, that Cross was starting to consistently jump and air-to-air these as compared to using the grounded jab. It does require pretty early reaction in order to do so, and it does rely on Zhen going for the late hit in the jump-in, trying to get the full grounded combo conversion. But here, we haven't seen Cross try to do a jumping air-to-air once.
True. Oh, gets caught with the low. Yeah, and no, not using. Oh, nice weapon flip.
Zhen does not burst out of it.
Which I think I agree with. Oh, perfect block into running punch or whatever.
Gets the knockdown and Zhen's weapon back. Cross with
Caught with
a pixel that just disappears.
Yeah, this is very tough. I'm not exactly sure Warden's. So I think he's doing fine in the neutral, but he just has to find a way to establish his
Zhen
Warden
is just
gateway.
simply threatening higher damage payouts on all of the interactions.
Exactly. And he's not necessarily winning a lot of these interactions. They're, for the most part, pretty even. But
Yeah, but Zhen getting like 3 times the payoff on every single hit is just massively adding up in Zhen's favor. I do like the run under and using the trip bar to get the knockdown. Jumps on wake up to avoid a throw.
It's caught low, very nice.
Counter hit.
Well, look the wrong way. Oh, nice run up.
And gets to go into weapon flip art.
He has a good overhead and a crouch heavy. I believe it. I guess caught. What? Nice.
Gets knocked down. A little bit too far to get the sword.
Wake
up.
Overhead.
Zhen with the reads.
Unfortunate. So, Mr. King Fossil, does Warden have any good rage specials? You can maybe enlighten me, because I'm not sure. Like if his charge in rage had armor point immediately without having to charge it up would be nice. But I'm not sure. Alright, 3-1 for Zhen.
And gets the full jump in combo conversion.
There's your 35% right there.
Off a single missed anti-air. Again, just simple basic jabs against the full, nearly half a character over. A heavy slash!
Just like that, able to come back up a little bit.
Zhen not challenging. Gets a simple medium in.
Alright, tries to catch you running in or something, doesn't get it.
Charges under, stays safe. Zhen barely staying out of Footsie's range. Challenges the reset after the shoulder rekka.
That was very nice. Warden tackle, charge spends, but it's not a very good. You can throw.
Oh, you can throw him in the middle of the run?
Well, no one's been doing that, so I.
How would you throw him when you can just jump over him?
Oh, I was going to say, if your name is Shiki now.
But charged shoulder.
Anti-air
He's an anti-air.
I don't know.
It was still like a spin out rather than a full knockdown.
But it did a little more damage, so there's that. Oh, it doesn't get it. I like to see Cross using a little bit more of the universal overhead, and yeah.
Oh, he blocked the wrong way at the last moment.
And you got the counter.
He thought it was going to cross up.
Oh. That was a weird looking move. Gets caught.
Gets
low.
caught in a dash situation.
All right. Going into the last round.
Cross up whiffs. As Cross is trying to just be slow and careful, not challenging these jumps.
You gotta be careful letting those rip like that, especially since Zhen's been open a lot. Very nice punish, though.
And gets a combo conversion off jump in. You have to hit those so late to the ground in order to deal with land recovery and trip guard in this game. And Zhen presses the button a moment too early, counter hitting the jab attempt from Cross, but misses the combo opportunity because of it.
Right. I was going to say, if Zhen is jumping from so far away, too, that should be enough time to jump back, you know, air to air. See, that makes sense because he's right on top of you, but yeah, that's what I like to see more. I was like, there's no way. Yeah.
Just walking straight through the super special move.
Very nice catch. Cross looking alive, catch with the low.
Cross has not done an overhead once.
Yeah.
But Zhen is feeling confident, just
spacing
forward and backwards.
No, there's no way.
He charges the shoulder charge and jumps over it again. I don't think Cross has any options of the shoulder charge that can catch jump aside from being so late that catches the jump with a trip guard.
That was very nice.
Zhen was just, this is too far away. I'm not going to press any buttons. Gets hit before he lands. If Zhen had actually committed to the following button, he would have counter hit Cross there. Zhen showing that Cross has not proved a strong anti-air game. Literally just opens up the round of raw jump. This is one of the advantages of the character that I'm playing, where I can just use her umbrella to is her weapon flip art, and it's got this perfect anti-air angle.
Right. As I said, there's definitely some dedicated buttons from some of these characters where, clearly that's the anti-air. That was unfortunate. Just
using the cross-up special. Normally reserved for mix-up situations, Zhen uses
Cross
as a reversal.
Full damage.
Oh, stealing the corner. It's a giant chunk of red.
Never
Presses
mind.
a button and gets a
doesn't
counter
matter.
hit for it.
Just swing your own sword. Call it a day.
Didn't believe in throw whiff. It has been waking up throw a lot.
Yeah, it's a good way to get consistent damage, but if you're not punishing it all the time or with big buttons.
Single light jabs, Cross trying to take no risks. In exchange, takes the biggest risk. Bursts through, not wanting to deal with it.
No, what?
Misses the input.
Oh no! I don't know what
mashes it a couple
there.
times afterwards, and the buffer goes against him.
That's unfortunate. I don't know what happened there. Just messed up.
The commentary audio got really low voices and pitches.
I don't know. I'll put it closer to my mouth.
I mean, sometimes I do get a low voice, but usually not that often.
Usually not that often. All right, let's see if that hopefully helps a little bit. All right, Zhen looking to take another match. So we'll see if
Cross getting the throw and the Rekka didn't combo, but Zhen ate both sides of the frame trap.
Right. And Zhen is able to get consistent damage from pretty much all the jump-ins. This is crazy. And another one going to Zhen, 4-2.
Okay. After this match, we'll probably see if we can play the audio and see if Savantrex is on something.
Yeah, that's fine. Sounds
nice to see you guys, Savantrex.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just here commentating. All right, going to the last round. Nice anti-air jab. Except I kind of want to see him mix it up a little bit more, but that's fine. Nice catch to the low. Cross is doing just fine with these pokes, but he is not able to catch out.
Playing so slow, careful, and consistent that he's letting Zhen get away with murder occasionally. Jump away to avoid the... And there, Zhen pressed the air to ground button a little bit early, kind of predicting that Cross would try and challenge earlier that time, and it actually worked out in Zhen's favor. Just a single, another jab, doing it very late because he has to, because he doesn't have a very high... Something parry!
No!
Doesn't get a punish off of the parry.
See, I think on something like that, you could probably do your super special or something.
Rage Art wasn't available, and the super special is actually a pretty awkward input. You kind of have to be doing it preemptively.
That is true.
It's like...
But you do have a lot of time after that. Now,
the weapon flip.
Very nice. That should probably kill, too.
I think that killed... Oh,
wow, that
does
nothing.
A little bit left. Takes a single poke.
I don't like that. That was too risky.
Gets punished with sweep and gets the swords back.
Well,
gets caught low. Zhen has been doing a lot of stepping back, walking carefully. Anti-air close jumps with close medium. We're using the guard point on close medium.
That's a guard point? Then that
close medium's got a guard point?
Then that guard point sucks, yo. I haven't seen anybody get
That said, like, in previous matchups, I've seen Cross doing, like, air-to-airs. I'm wondering why he stopped doing that.
Yeah.
He seems to think that just the simple jabs are way more consistent.
Zhen, a little too angsty with his wake-up grabs. Oh, come on, Cross, please.
Zhen has not been blocking that low most of the match up until this point, and suddenly, when it finally gets blocked, oh, hey, that's like a slide. I punish that.
Yeah, I really want to see Cross at least do a couple universal overheads just to check Zhen.
Because like now, Zhen is like, instead of doing like this walking forward, walking back, looking for the opportunity to react with jump, Zhen's like just sitting there crouch block and is like, I'm not going to get low anymore. No more lows.
And even if you get hit by the sweep, it doesn't do that much damage compared to your like jumping in. Tries the air there, nothing there. Wow, that was
a single jab. There it is. There's the air-to-air, and you get a much higher conversion rate off of that. Like, you saw how much more damage that was doing in the jab. In exchange, you do have to do it pretty early on. And now that Zhen has seen the air-to-air, Zhen is actually really good at adapting to that. Zhen's now going to start pressing the buttons incredibly early in the air and catching Cross when he's rising. Like that.
Crazy cross up again, goes low. Nice little cash out on damage. I was going to say, oh no, back on the guard crush state. Oh, gets on it.
You don't need the guard crush if you're getting trip guarded to Rekka into double throw reset.
I don't know what that was.
Wait, you jump cancel throw?
No. It's because his thing is it's not a jump cancel.
Burst out of situation, trying to save the round.
Let's see. As I say, yeah, it's a burst point.
Oh,
that's a punish.
The fist bumps go through.
I think that's still 4.
That's still 4, yeah. But that was a very fist punchable moment.
Yeah, and that's
like,
the one
yeah,
thing
you bursted me better.
Once you grab them like that, you definitely want to see if they do, but that is definitely a burst point that is applicable. All right, it's for Zhen to do for Cross.
Zhen going into match point.
I think, right?
As Cross is unable to count because one of the issues. Oh, you didn't update the score. Oh, that was actually full set of 5. The commentators can't count.
Well, I'm just going off by their scores. Okay, well, congratulations to Zhen.
Zhen with the beautiful adaptation to the timing on the jump-ins. The first time across the entire set shows the air-to-air to challenge the jump-in. Immediately afterwards, Zhen changes the timing on the heavy, doing it so early it would actually whiff against a crouching opponent. And it challenges the second opportunity the Cross gets to do it. Like, one showing of it immediately, instantly adapts to it. That. Wait.
Yeah, I heard that. And I was like, I wonder
so we had our stream tech examining the audio. Okay.